So we officially got our final two houses, which we already knew, which was WWE, the Horrors of the Wyatt Six, which we all kind of knew was either going to be that or Undertaker, and I was already saying it's going to be Wyatt Six. They're still relevant. And of course, the official title that yes, we are getting a Five Nights at Freddy's house, which we already knew, but now it's nice to know it's an actual thing. So this is going to be a little unorthodox for a Halloween Horror Nights video. I'm going to be ranking ranking the houses based on my personal interest right now on all 10 houses. I'm not going to do scare zones. I'm only going to do houses for right now. And this could easily change. Like, I could do another video when Halloween Horror Nights finally rolls around, and I can go there and actually experience the houses. That might actually change. Like, last year when I first went, there was a lot of hype for the houses, and my interests grew and waned over houses I thought would be cool. So we're going to talk. So I might actually, once Halloween Horror Nights gets really rolling, I thoroughly believe this list will change. But for right now, this is just how I personally feel. But yeah, we're literally a month away because it starts August 29th. So yeah. Anyway, so if any other Halloween Horror Nights fans out there, if you guys think a house should be higher or lower on the list, that's totally fine. I'm always excited to hear where you guys stand on these houses. So let's get started with and again, this is just early interest right now. So let's get started with our first house that's on the bottom of the list, because we're going to go bottom to the top. So bottom of the list is WWE Horrors of Wyatt 6. Reason being, I'm not a wrestling guy. I just, I know what they're going to do, and I know some of the lore behind the Wyatt 6, and it's going to be a tribute to Bray Wyatt, the wrestler, a.k.a. The Fiend, who did pass away, and his brother has been taking over as Uncle Howdy. And I have seen the videos, like the tribute videos. There's creepy, but also there's a care for Bray Wyatt's legacy. Just because I don't watch wrestling doesn't mean I know some of the lore. But still, it's a wrestling house, and I'm just kind of But if I see video or actually go into the house, this might change, and it might be holy shit, this is kind of terrifying and kind of cool. Following that is Fallout. It's good. I thoroughly still feel why is Fallout here? There are scary elements here, but really, I do not feel like Fallout deserves to be here. It should have been for the fan nights. I really feel it shouldn't have been at Halloween Horror Nights. It should have been at fan nights in Hollywood. So that's what I just feel like. It just shouldn't have been here. Could it work? Yes. Is there scary stuff in Fallout? Yeah, but it's never been marketed as a horror game. Even the TV show, which is more based on this is going to be more based on, is not marketed as a horror show. So yeah, I'm just kind of low expectations for two of the IP houses already. So now we're going to move on to the first original house on this list, and that is basically Dolls. Dolls, while it does sound fun, I'm curious how it's going to be. I think it's going to be the fun house of either that or the next one I'm going to talk about. Dolls is going to be an original story talking about you're shrunk down to the size of a doll in a horrible girl's house and being attacked by all the dolls she's mangled. So I imagine not only are you going to be attacked by dolls, but also a giant puppet hand like they did the Giant for Goblin Feast. So, it sounds interesting in concept, but I don't know how they're going to execute it. But I do have some high interest for it. Same with our next house on the list, and that is Hatchet and Chains, Demon Bounty Hunters. Reason being as to reason why Hatchet and Chains is a little higher is because I saw that house. I went into Slaughter Cinema 2, and I really enjoyed that whole section. It sounds like it's going to be a fun, campy story. Personally, I was kind of hoping, as much as I enjoyed Hatchet and Chains, I was kind of hoping for Killer Kringles to get the spin-off from Slaughter Cinema 2. I was kind of that or Zyborgs. Also the Undead Clown section. That one actually kind of scared the shit out of me. But Hatchet and Chains looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I love, like westerns mixing with supernatural. So it's just kind of my house, really. So Hatchet and Chains, there you go. Next up on the list, we go back to the IP houses, which is Five Nights at Freddy's. Look, I'm not a big Five Nights at Freddy's guy, but if I'm being honest, it does have a lot of interest in me because, like, this is a house we've all wanted. Even I've said Five Nights at Freddy's should have been at Halloween Horror Nights even before the movies. It was just kind of perfect. I really do think it should have been a house, like it got in a house, and I know Scott Cawthon has just been awful to work with for Universal, so I'm glad it's actually happening, and I'm also excited to see the puppet work. That's what I think I'm most interested in, is to see, like, the puppet and suit work of, Freddy Fazbear and the other ones. So that's what I'm most interested in, to be honest. I think it's also, I hope they put a lot of work into it, and I'm really just kind of hoping for an exciting house. Even though I don't like the movie and I'm not the biggest FNAF guy. I didn't like the movie. Like, you guys already know, I didn't like that movie, and I really don't think I'm going to go see the second one, because I just did not have fun with it. Fun with the first one. Anyway, but Five Nights at Freddy's is something that should have been here a while ago, and it's nice to actually finally have it. Anyway, so let's keep talking with our next house, and that is La Trista, A Spanish Haunting. This looks like it's going to be the icon house, because this thing they keep talking about, the conservatory, is going to be the focal point of all of these stories. It also feels like it's going to be like something that's going to be like Crimson Peak or like a Hammer horror film. I'm always down for like a gothic architecture kind of haunting story. So this sounds like it's going to be cool. This house is going to be. They haven't really said outright if this is going to be the icon house, but they did say this. Especially this area called the Conservatory is basically going to play a heavy factor into the story of HHN 34. So we'll see how that plays out, but it's just nice to have an icon house again. It's just nice to have like a legit icon house. If that's what it is. I'm calling it an icon house, but again, we could be proven wrong, but for right now, I'm going to call it an icon house. So La Trista is right there. Next up, we're going to move on up to our next house, and this is another original one, and that is Grave of Flesh. Grave of Flesh sounds horrifying, where it's basically it's a story where you have died, and basically what happens now is that your body's now there's no afterlife. Your body's just going through a decaying process, and your body's just being consumed by like these ghouls and demons that are trying to eat the flesh off your rotting corpse. It sounds like a total fucking nightmare. This might be the scary. Like, I'm already feeling like this might be the scariest house. It might be the best original house too, but I'm kind of leaning towards there's another one I'm liking more based on interest. But this one might be like Grave of Flesh might be the scariest house for the original houses, I should say. We'll get to that one on the IP second in a bit. But yeah, so I do so Grave of Flesh I'm really excited for, but it was really hard to juggle where I was kind of standing on which of these original houses I was more excited for, and there was one that just kind of beat me out because I love certain aspects about it, but I digress. So Grave of Flesh, that's, there you go. Next up, we have Jason Universe. This is Jason's, outside of that Angry Orchard Sweet Revenge thing, this is Jason's big coming out party. So he's got to bring it. Jason hasn't been to the park since 2007. So it's been a long time since we've had Jason Voorhees at there, and this is kind of like alongside Sweet Revenge, this is the big proving ground for Jason Voorhees and this new Jason Universe. If they fuck this up, no one's going to give a shit about the Jason Universe. So there's a lot riding on it, but, it's just fun to have Jason back. That's the other thing, but there's a lot of expectations that go into it. So as a Friday the 13th fan, I can't help but not be hyped for it, but at the same time, I'm also, equally worried that, hey, what if they fuck up? So there is a two-edged sword there, but I put it high on there because of interest, and hopefully it's a love letter to the franchise. And they did say that, the people behind the Insidious house were working on the Jason Universe house. And the Insidious house from last year was fucking horrifying. Like, it was the scariest shit. So that kind of adds to the hype. Anyway, so now we come to the second most anticipated house for me, and that is Gulkin. Gulkin is Monsters of the North. It's basically a house about Nordic mythology, like all the monsters from Norse mythology coming to attack you. I'm always a big fan of Norse mythology, and it's cool. It's going to be cool to see like all the monsters from Norse mythology like attacking you. They've done this before with other houses that are focused on other folklore, like Greek mythology. They did this with Egyptian mythology a while ago. And they've done this before with Voodoo and Hoodoo a few years ago as well. So yeah, a Viking house, I'm hoping to see Draugr. I'm hoping to see like the Midgard Serpent. I'm hoping to see like trolls and other monsters in there. So as a fan of Norse mythology, I just had to be like, it sounds like me. But of course, out of all the houses, this is the most anticipated one, and we all know what it's gonna be. I'm sure it's also for everyone else. Terrifier. You guys knew. We all knew it was gonna be Terrifier on this list. How can you not be excited for one of the best horror movie franchises out there right now, and not be excited that they're gonna do Terrifier and do Terrifier as like they're said they're not holding back. So we'll see how that is, and it's going to be the bloodiest house. So I imagine you're going to get water sprayed a lot in this house. It's probably going to be the most. They've said it's going to be the most intense house they've done in a long time. So whether they do that or not, I believe them. I actually do believe them. But yeah, so Terrifier is my most anticipated house, and I'm sure it's going to be for a lot on you guys as well. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below. What houses are you? What is the ranking right now in terms of interest for the Halloween Horror Nights haunted houses? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time, the Multiverse.